Hey, I'm Emily and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. So glad to have you here. On my channel, I post a lot of Cricut crafting content, regular crafting content, DIYs, and also Cricut tips and tutorials. And it's geared more towards someone who is a beginner Cricut crafter. I was a beginner not that long ago, and I really struggled with figuring out what to do and what I needed and all that. If you have literally never made anything with your Cricut before, or you don't know where to start, this is the video for you. So you just got your Cricut and you took it out of the box. I know that's the hardest and most overwhelming part of the entire thing, but you have to do it. Just take it out of the box. I get it. It's not as hard as it looks. I promise you will be able to make beautiful things, amazing projects. It just takes time and patience and practice. That's the only thing. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you 5 must-have tools and materials for when you're just starting out with your Cricut. So the first thing that you're gonna need, whether you're working with any kind of material, you are gonna be needing mats. When I say mats, I mean crafting mats specifically made for your Cricut. These mats are incredibly important because they are what you're going to be placing every single one of your materials onto. Or whether you're working with permanent vinyl or heat transfer vinyl, paper, felt, wood, anything that you're gonna be using your Cricut for is gonna need a mat. You will not be able to cut anything if you don't have a mat, so you need that. So this is what the mats look like. The one that I use most often is this one. It is the standard grip mat. You can see up top it says standard grip right up here. Standard grip mats are used with almost every single type of vinyl. I've used sticker paper. I have used paper cardstock paper on it. It's really just my trusty go-to mat. They do make different types of mats. So the standard grip mat there's a light grip mat and a strong grip mat, and they are color coded. So obviously the standard one is green, and then the light grip is blue, and the strong grip I believe is purple or pink. You could buy them in a pack of 3 if you want. I believe Michael sells those. Or you could just buy, honestly, I would just buy a standard grip mat, just one of them, just to have that one. Don't get overwhelmed with all these different mat choices. It really just depends on, the stickiness that you need for a project. If you're working with something that can move easily, you could use the heavy grip mat. Or if you need, a lighter gripping mat. So if I am scared that the mat is gonna rip my paper, I'll use the light grip mat. But for the most part, I'm using standard grip mat. I like to use Cricut brand mats. Just personally, I find that the Cricut brand mats not only last longer, but they're stickier, which is good. That's what you want. And then the second thing that you really need is a set of tools. So when I say tools, I mean a pack of tools. The Cricut, when you first buy it, it comes with the blade that you need to start cutting. You do need tools, and the tools are used to weed your vinyl or scrape your vinyl down, make sure that there's no wrinkles or air bubbles when you're applying it to the mat, that kind of thing. Usually when you buy a set of Cricut tools, it'll come with just a few things. This all came together in the kit, which is linked on my Amazon storefront if you're interested. I have a few Cricut tools on there, and then I have the pack that I purchased for myself. So usually it'll come with the scraper tool, a weeding tool, a pair of scissors, and also mine came with tweezers. These are the 3 most common tools that you'll be using, so you definitely want to make sure that you have that. So I am incredibly basic, and I live for the aesthetic of everything. So I went on Amazon and I bought champagne colored tools because my Cricut is champagne colored. You don't have to do that. Michael sells them, Amazon sells them. If you could only choose 2 tools, you can only buy 2, definitely buy a weeding tool and a scraper tool. you will be needing both of these for every single thing. If you don't have a weeding tool, you will not be able to like weed out your vinyl and really create anything. And if you don't have a scraper tool, it will not go on well at all. Like, you could probably get away with it, but then like your projects will be full of air bubbles and it won't look nice. So you definitely need those. I will link like all the brands that I use, all of the tools that I use. I'm gonna be linking that in the description below just to make it easier for you. If you like wanna buy them, you don't have to, obviously. So then the other thing you're gonna need is adhesive vinyl. There is permanent and removable vinyl. I usually only use permanent. I've honestly never used removable vinyl, but that's just like me personally. But yes, I will usually make sure that I get permanent vinyl because it won't come off easily. So that's probably what you'll want to get. So they come in rolls like this. Some places also sell them in like sheets. Like, if I know that I'm gonna like a color and I'm gonna be using it all the time, I will buy a roll. My biggest tip with the vinyl is to not go crazy buying a bunch of different colors and styles of vinyl. There's like a bunch of different ones to choose from. There's glossy, there's matte, there's glitter, there's holographic, there's like glow in the dark vinyl. Like, there's just so many options. And when you're first starting out, like you've never even like created anything before, you don't want to overwhelm yourself with so many colors. Like, trust me, I did that and I bought, like, I was like, oh, this is pretty, I need like 10 shades of pink. Like, no, you don't. You will never use all of them until you know what you're doing and you know what you're going to use them for. I would recommend getting like just one color. So I would get like white or black or whatever color you want and just stick with that and practice with that. And then once you're comfortable and you want to try different things, then go, because otherwise, honestly, you could be wasting your money, and I would hate for that to happen because I did that myself. There's a bunch of different brands of vinyl. I have linked below a few brands that I really like. I really like Starcraft vinyl. I like Tech Wrap. Tech Wrap is really easily accessible too. They sell it in Michael's, they sell it on Amazon. It's really easy to work with, and yeah, but you don't just have to stick with one brand. So next thing, this goes for both the permanent and removable adhesive vinyl. So any adhesive vinyl that you're working with, you're gonna need transfer tape. Once you cut the vinyl with your Cricut and then you weed it, so you're like weeding out the excess or negative vinyl, leaving your image, you're gonna be like putting on your blank. Transfer tape is how you're gonna get it to stick. So basically the transfer tape, you put it over the vinyl and it will pick it up for you, and you place everything onto your blank. So if you don't have transfer tape, you won't be able to place the vinyl onto anything. It looks incredibly similar to vinyl. It's basically just like a clear tape with like a backing, like the vinyl has a backing like this. And I like that it has grid marks on it. The squares match up with the squares on the Cricut mat, but I really like this brand. It's Caesar. I buy mine from 143 Vinyl, which I will link in the description below. I do have an affiliate link with them. And also, huge tip with transfer tape, it's reusable. I did not know that when I first started, so I would literally like use it for one project and then throw it out, and I'm like, wasted so much money. You can reuse it. I literally will, once I use the tape, place it right back onto the backing that it came with, and that keeps it like sticky. And honestly, it stays sticky for like maybe like 3 or 4 uses. So please reuse your transfer tape. Don't just throw it out. And then the last thing that you're gonna need is a blank. So a blank is just something that you can put your vinyl on. So a glass, a mug, a tumbler, an acrylic ornament, an acrylic bookmark, like something that you can adhere your vinyl to. I started out making glasses. I still make a lot of glasses. I enjoy making glasses. When I had first started crafting, I literally just went to like a Dollar Tree and I bought a handful of glasses and wine glasses that like I'm never gonna use again, and I practiced on them. So I would just like make random images and practice weeding, practice putting them onto my glasses, and then like if they were ugly or like I messed up or whatever, I just didn't care because they were going in the trash when I was done with them. They only cost like $1 or whatever. So I would recommend doing that and practicing until you feel more confident that you're not gonna like completely mess up your project, because you don't want your first time practicing on something that like you would be upset if you messed up. So I would recommend that. I also buy a lot of my blanks from Amazon, but Amazon usually sells them in bulk. So if you don't want that, then, you know, I would recommend just buying 1 or 2. But yeah, hopefully this video helps you. I am going to be making more content like this. So if you're interested, just subscribe to my channel and leave a like or a comment. And if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. I would love to answer them for you. I'm here to help you, and there's plenty of other crafting channels here on YouTube to help you out. So just don't give up, because it's fun, and you need to be supportive in this community and encourage other people to become crafters and to be creative and to use their Cricut. I mean, for me personally, it's just such a source of like fun and joy and accomplishment, and I would love to give that to other people as well. And let me know what you start making with your Cricut, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!